Oscar-winning reactions. I know you love them. I love them too. I mean, how someone reacts to hearing their name be the winner of the Academy Award is always fascinating to watch. Now, you seem to enjoy my video, the top 10 Oscar-winning reactions of all time, and so I thought I would make a follow-up. Here are some more absolutely wonderful Oscar-winning reactions. Number 10, Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh. All I want.
So I started the first video with Jamie Lee Curtis. I thought I would start this one with Michelle Yeoh, who won Best Actress, of course, for Everything Everywhere All at Once. There was some suspense that night, I'd say. Cate Blanchett had won enough precursor trophies that she could have won Best Actress that night for Tar, and right before Jessica Chastain reads the winner's name, you can see the nerves on Michelle Yeoh. Like, you can see like how much she wants to win, how much this moment is going to mean to her. And so when her name is called, there is just this elation in her reaction I have always loved. Her hugs with her fellow cast members, with Halle Berry on the stage, the only other person of color who had ever won the Best Actress Academy Award. That was a moment. Number 9, Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger, LA Confidential.
So here we have another example of nerves, right? Kim Basinger, I think she's talked about before, she's not the greatest public speaker, so her winning a bunch of Best Supporting Actress prizes in early 1998 for LA Confidential was kind of trying for her. Like, she did not really enjoy giving all those speeches, and you can see, like, when her name is announced by Cuba Gooding Jr., that she's pretty shaken, she's taken aback, she doesn't know what to do at first. She hugs her then husband Alec Baldwin before finally standing up and making her way to the stage. I especially love, if you look closely before she gets to the stage, she hugs her Batman co-star Jack Nicholson. Number 8, Art Carney.
The winner is Art Carney
So this is that famous Best Actor race in the mid-1970s where most of us today would have preferred Jack Nicholson to have won for Chinatown or Al Pacino for The Godfather Part 2. Instead, the victory went to Art Carney for Harry and Tonto. His initial expression, like once his name is announced by Glenda Jackson, isn't really one of surprise. He makes this list because of what he does right after he stands up. He does this like little kick and a punch into the air, like gestures of total joy in that moment. And then pretty much everyone in the theater gets up on their feet, gives him a standing ovation. Usually in the walk up to the stage, the person who's just won the Oscar doesn't do anything of note, really, but Carney's gestures in that moment are extremely memorable. Number 7, Meryl Streep.
And the Oscar goes to Meryl Streep, the Iron Lady.
So I would say the first 2 times Meryl Streep wins her Oscar, she doesn't do anything super notable, like in her expression when she learns that she won. Like for Kramer vs. Kramer, she kisses Dustin Hoffman on the head, and that's kind of amusing. For Sophie's Choice, she drops her speech on the ground before she makes it to the podium. That one's really funny. But the best Oscar-winning reaction from Streep is for her 3rd victory in 2012 for Best Actress in The Iron Lady. We had a race that year between Streep for The Iron Lady and Viola Davis for The Help. Davis had won the SAG Award for Best Actress, so really either of them could have won the Oscar. And Streep was probably very used to losing the Academy Award by that night. Like, it had been almost 30 years of her nominated all the time and never winning. So when Colin Firth calls out her name, Streep gives this look of total shock on her face. It's delightful for those few seconds where she's just like, whoa, what? I actually won again? You can tell in that moment she couldn't believe what she was hearing and that she was actually going up on that stage to collect her 3rd Academy Award. Number 6, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
And the Oscar goes to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Yeah!
So, the same night, Kim Basinger won her Oscar and looked totally stunned when she heard her name. We also had Ben Affleck and Matt Damon winning Best Original Screenplay for Good Will Hunting and also looking totally stunned, right? I mean, even though we all knew they were winning that, they were very young and they were about to go up in front of millions of people watching, so you can tell they're kind of scared and they're like, oh my god, we actually have to get up there and give a speech. I love their hug with Robin Williams in that moment. That's great. And just the oh golly wow in their expressions, like first when they hear their name, once they're up on stage. This is one of my favorite Oscar moments. Number 5, Huy Quan.
Huy Quan.
So I've highlighted Jamie Lee Curtis's Oscar-winning reaction and, of course, Michelle Yeoh's. Why not complete the trilogy with Huy Quan, who won Best Supporting Actor for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and the pure happiness on his face when he learns he has taken the gold trophy warms my heart through and through. You have Ariana DeBose practically crying when she says his name. That's a notable aspect of this moment too. And once Huy Quan is eventually on stage, he breaks down in tears. It's just so fantastic. I love his speech. I love the expression on his face when he learns he won. I am so happy Huy Quan has an Oscar. Number 4, Sally Field.
And the winner is Sally Field in Places in the Heart.
So Sally Field has won 2 Academy Awards, the first time for Norma Rae. It's a good moment, a good reaction and speech, but nothing super memorable. I would say her second win for Places in the Heart is better, more notable. There's a look of total satisfaction on her face when she learns she has won her second Best Actress trophy. I love the little cheer she does, like on her way up to the stage is pretty great. And what really puts this near the top of the list is her extremely famous reaction as she's holding that gold trophy. Like that misquoted moment from her famous speech, I have always found to be a sweet, authentic Oscar moment. Number 3, Adrien Brody.
Adrien Brody.
No, I'm not talking about his recent Oscar-winning reaction when he took Best Actor for The Brutalist. I'm talking about that first win he had in Best Actor for The Pianist, where like nobody really expected him to win over considerable competition, like Jack Nicholson and Daniel Day-Lewis. And so when Halle Berry calls his name, the look of utter shock and joy on his face is quite something. I'm kind of surprised I didn't include this moment in my first video because this should be here. The way he gets up on his feet and starts clapping, like he's almost laughing. He is so surprised that he won. Now there's something he does once he gets up on the stage that has its controversy, but like the initial reaction to him learning he won the Best Actor Academy Award is absolutely a great one. Number 2, Olivia Colman.
Olivia Colman.
Now here's one I'm truly shocked I didn't include in that first video. I have to include Olivia Colman's wonderful Oscar-winning reaction when she learns she beat Glenn Close at the Oscars in 2019. She had indeed taken the gold trophy and Best Actress for The Favorites, and I mean, she doesn't know what to do with herself in those first few seconds. Her hands are on her face. She's got her husband and Emma Stone like just embracing her, kissing her. Like she doesn't get up right away. Her director, Yorgos Lanthimos, comes over and embraces her as well. And she takes her time getting up on stage. She is not in a rush. She is so frickin' stunned in that moment, as was, I feel like, most people watching from home. Glenn Close was on her 7th nomination, and she had won most of the televised precursor prizes, so it just felt like Glenn's moment that night, but it wasn't. The Oscar instead went to Olivia Colman, and we got that all-timer Oscar speech, one of my 5 favorites in the history of the Academy Awards, and we got that all-timer Oscar-winning reaction. Now, before I get to my number one choice, a few runners up. 3 6 Mafia winning Best Original Song for Hustle and Flow. That was a great Oscar-winning reaction. When she reveals the winner on stage, Queen Latifah starts singing It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, and then you see 3 6 Mafia jumping for joy like off stage as they come up to get their trophies. This is a very famous Oscar moment, and for good reason. Marissa Tomei, I mean, that was a very unexpected Oscar win, I'd say, her taking supporting actress for My Cousin Vinny, and she doesn't have like a look of shock. It's more of like, okay. like, I guess I'm walking up to the stage right now. It's an amusing expression she has on her face I have always adored. Brendan Fraser, I might as well just round out that year in the acting Oscar wins. I've talked about the other three. Fraser also has a pretty great reaction. He's definitely overcome with joy, and I love how he turns and hugs his two sons who were sitting behind him. His handshake with fellow nominee Colin Farrell I really like, and then once he's talking up on the stage, I mean, the enthusiasm on his face is quite something. Shirley MacLaine, her overdue Oscar win in the 1980s for Terms of Endearment, so well deserved. She's clearly thrilled by her finally winning an Oscar after many decades. She's so happy when she hears her name. She hugs her co-star Deborah Winger on her way up to the stage, and then she gives one of my favorite speeches ever. And Cher, I've talked about how one of the greatest Oscar-winning losing reactions was Meryl Streep that night, who got up on her feet and cheered for her friend Cher winning Best Actress for Moonstruck. But Cher's reaction is pretty great too. A smile lights up her face as she kind of disappears into the background for a moment. Her victory in Best Actress wasn't a given, I would say, that night. There was tons of competition in the category, but ultimately Cher did take the prize, and the look on her face when Paul Newman says her name is frickin' fantastic. And finally, that takes me to my number one choice. What do I think is the greatest Oscar-winning reaction in history? In my first video on this topic, I went with Juliette Binoche, who won Best Supporting Actress of 1996. My number one choice for this video is the winner of Best Supporting Actor of 1996, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jerry Maguire.
I mean, come on, so memorable. From the moment his name is announced as the winner, all the way to the end of his speech when he is jumping around the stage like a crazy person. I love everything. The way he's closing his eyes and is being extremely still before Mira Sorvino calls out his name. And then once he hears his name, he is overcome with joy. He's hugging it out with Tom Cruise. He's up on that stage extremely fast, and then as the music starts to come in, his speech becomes faster, more frantic, and the music gets louder and louder, and then we get just one of the all-timer Oscar moments, certainly of the 1990s. I mean, if we're talking about the greatest Oscar-winning reactions in history, I can't believe I didn't have him in the first video on this topic. I simply had to include him here, and I had to make him number one.